Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part two on the Toyota Highlander with the no start condition. And the dealer told the customer they needed an ECM and a immobilizer and everything that they can be put on under under a writing. I have told many times that, to technicians and shops, please, if you don't know what you're doing, just be honest. Tell the customer, this is above our pay grade. You need to take it someplace else, including the dealer, because this is going to be a clearly way that something else is going on in here. I'm not even sure because talking to the customer, it seems like they even had a key guy trying to set up a key and they couldn't. All this happened after catalytic converter replacement, and I guess for lack of knowledge or time, or I mean, it's very hard to work on in this immobilizer system because the module, this little key box in here, right here, is behind the instrument cluster. I mean, you have to remove the HVAC unit and everything to get to that, but they already did. So why you didn't do a full test and start to just condemn? Because what if the customer say yes and you put all that and the car does not start? You know what I mean? But yeah, so going into this part two, and I'm still have another puzzle that I'm trying to solve, which is getting the transponder or amplifier for the key, the coil that reads the key. They got me the key, they got me that, and the computer, but not the antenna. So I'm talking to, let me just read his name quickly, Jack, see if he can brings me the antenna. Like that, I can do the full test. Otherwise, I already ordered one to have it here, and I know I have one. I just cannot find it. And the reason is because, Toyotas are so good that this is not a very common thing to happen. And I got so much stuff that sometimes a little key transporter like that is can get lost pretty easy. And it's not lost, it's somewhere in my boxes, right? But yeah, so let me just go back to information as I usually do. All right, so I went into Identifix, and I really love Identifix because you can get all the information original for Toyota there. So I've been looking through information and procedures and testings and finding the information about what is the D41 and what is the I have a mark in here, D41 and D27, because these vehicles can have a smart key or a regular or without a smart key, right? So it seems like this is definitely a not a smart key system with the components that I have. But again, this is hours and hours of finding description and operation and getting the correct wire diagrams, because I was able to find this wire diagram, but I was not able to find the pinouts, even though I have that in here. So, but digging and digging and digging, I found a connector list from Toyota, which is great because now that I know what the D41 and the D27 are, I have a mark in the diagrams and I know what the pins. And D27 is the amplifier, the key coil, right? So where you put the key on the ignition, that has that coil that reads the key and sends the signals. And then the D41 is this little box right here. Okay, so we're looking at the diagram. I hope you guys like how I now put those boxes in there and I started like doing it on the video. I did this before, so when I'm talking about the D47 is the one box in the top with the red um, round, and then D41 is the bottom one. So you can see here, I still don't have all the pins in here, but I found the pins for that immobilizer. So let me just actually get it in the folder. You see I've been getting all the immobilizer information. I have the pinout for the D27, which is great. So again, they call that transponder key amplifier. And nice from Toyota. Again, this is all original information. It tells me what each pin is. So I can see that that has a ground, and also very nicely from Toyota, because this is some things that I like about the Japanese vehicles like Nissan and Toyota, Honda. You can get um, waveform of how it should look when it's working properly. So this is great from Toyota, and this is now the D. Oh, actually, you know what? I didn't see this before. I got the D41 here. Oh, excellent. You see? I thought I didn't have it, and I have it. I scroll up to here. But well, we have it. Let me see if we have any waveform. Yeah, waveform 1, waveform 3. So we do have the waveform of when the immobilizer is working. I need the key in the amplifier to do that. But so they told the customer they couldn't talk to the immobilizer, and I am right now proving that as a lie, or they again didn't want to proceed with the correct testing. So looking at the diagrams, we can see that pin 1 and 2, pin 1 is battery, pin 2 is ignition. I'm supplying all those in here, and I even have my channel, my yellow channel and green channel from the oscilloscope, trying to see if I get any signals. I am not getting any signals yet, but the key is not there, right? So it shouldn't produce any signals because there's obviously nothing there. I did put KSW to ground just to see if that was doing any changes, because those are like the door close, or another one that says unlock warning switch assembly. Just make sure that they're grounded in a closed position. It didn't make any difference. And then I put these communication lines, which is, the IMMO signals from the transponder key D41 assembly to the ECM, and those are these wires where I have obviously the oscilloscope. But yeah, so I can talk to everything. Let me just get out of here because this is a immobilizer. So we got one fault. If we go there, it says B2784, antenna coil open and short. Yeah, open is here, right? But I'm talking to it. And this talk, you see this very nice. I like the topology. This is also really important because I can see how that talks, and it's true. Because if we see this diagram, it's telling me that the D is for communication and it goes over to the DLC3. The D47 is the OBD connector. On pin 7, that's K line. So I also have more information, and let me see if I have still got it open. I might have closed it. What it says that, let's see, what's it here? The circuit is used to read. Yeah, I actually have it bookmark. But yeah, yeah, this is exactly the diagram. So we can see that DLC3, I mean the OVD port, and then the transporter key talk in between pin 9 and on the DLC pin 7 K line. It says this circuit is used to read the DTCs that are output from the transponder key assembly with the text stream, I mean tapped on. All right, so but it is talking perfectly. Let me download this so I save that file too. All right, now I save that and I put it in so I remember if I ever seen this again to do the same. So I got all the communication and I know exactly what I need now. All right, so I'm going to get out of the scanner and reset communications. As you see, yeah, I got everything connected. So I have the computer, the immobilizer, no key yet. But okay, I'm going to do an auto scan. I know this is the first time you see the video, but I put this on the first time. They were very nicely sent this to me. We have the code, I mean the bin number, should end in 203-7876, 203-7876. So that is the correct bin number. So the computer has full communication. And I was actually reading, and I save a picture, and you will see this in a second, that indeed, if the immobilizer is no communication, the car will not start. But it doesn't say if it doesn't crank. And that's one thing that I want to see. And there's a reason that I want to record this second video. Again, selecting 6 pin, I mean, OBD2 connection, North America. And I have on the back end, I have the oscilloscope with CAN bus, high and low, and then the pins on the immobilizer on the green channel and the yellow channel. Just going to bring it down so we can see that on the screen. CAN high, CAN low on the top. And again, the immobilizer signals that we should not have because it's no amplifier for the key, right? Okay, so without a smart key, that is just what it says as far as the selections and big number, what the engine is, and all the stuff, right? All right, so we're just going to establish communication with the scanner and read the topology. Still, it's not talking to any module. All right, so first thing, let's get to the engine computer. It's just a warning that tells me that that controls all that blah, 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 right? So let me see if there's any actually PID in here about the immobilizer. So let me see, IMMO, no. Let me see about a start relay, start signal, start control. Let me see if that shows anything. Start control, start signal, so no. Let me see what I can, let me see. Because I think everything is done in immobilizer, so immobilizer, let me see key. Nothing about key. We're gonna have to go and just look at what we have here. So let me just, I'm trying to see if there's any data on the computer that told us, so it can tell us if it's allowed to start or not. Like, like a start, enable, disable, like, when you see that in BMWs and Mini Coopers. I'm just going to go slowly trying to read all the data bits we got here. No, there's nothing in there. Fire detection, no. If you guys see this, I'm going to try to post this as soon as possible. This is going to be part 2, and then it's probably going to be a part 3 when they bring that antenna amplifier. And then if you see the feed and I pass it along, please let me know. Let's try to fix this together, right? That's starting to be a nice diagnosis. I'm trying to help these people because they were about to sell this car because they told them that they needed like $6,000 or $7,000 in computers. And you can see that they were all wrong. I mean, they tell that there is no communication with the immobilizer. I got communication, and I'm going to prove that in this video. And I got communication with the computer. I haven't not been able to make it run because I don't have the entire system yet together, but I will. I don't see nothing. No, nothing in here. Page, what is this? Selected 213 PIDs. All right, so we have nothing in here that we can, let me see what is in a special function. Custom setting, be number, nothing. Actuation test. Yeah, no, not I wasn't expecting to get nothing in there. Okay, now in the IMMO, if I enter the IMMO, you see what it says? This ECU is a theft deterrent system that determines whether or not to disable starting the engine. But starting the engine, if I read the information from the immobilizer, which you know me guys by now, I always do my homework. So let me just do this establish connector right here. Immobilizer description and operation. I'm going to read a little bit. So it says without a smart key system, first, then number 1, engine immobilizer system description. The engine immobilizer system is designed to prevent the vehicle from being stolen. The system uses the transponder key ECU assembly that stores the key codes of authorized ignition keys. If an attempt is made to start the engine using an unauthorized key, the ECU sends a signal to the ECM to prohibit fuel delivery and ignition. So it should be no coil or injection, effectively disabling the engine. So it doesn't say nothing about a start or a starter actuation. So this car should crank even without the immobilizer in there. If we go over to function of main components, says transponder key when the key is inserted, key code receives the key code, then amplifier amplifies the ID and outputs it to the transponder key assembly. Unlock warning switch assembly detects if the key is in the ignition. Okay, so that's actually good that I locked that there. Detects if the key is in the ignition key cylinder and outputs the result to transponder key ECU assembly. The ECM receives the ID verification results from the transponder key assembly. ECM also verifies the ECU's the judgment of whether to immobilize their engine is made. Security indicator, well, that's pretty obvious. Let me see what else we have in there. When the transponder key assembly detects that the key unlock warning switch is on, the ECU, let me see, when the transponder key ECU detects that the key unlock warning switch is on, key unlock warning is on, the ECU provides current to the transponder coil and produces an electric wave. A transponder chip in the key grip receives the electrical wave. Upon receiving the electrical wave, the transponder chip outputs a key ID code signal. Okay, so you see that is a very so the key unlock switch key WS. If we go over to the diagram, let me just see. What is the diagram right here? So key is W, they call that here unlock warning switch assembly. That's why this has to be closed and it will be going to ground, right? So this is a ground. So that right here, I am providing, because if we see here as pin 3, I have in pin 3 a wire touching to ground like you have the key in the ignition. Obviously, the transponder module or a immobilizer module thinks it's a key right now and it's trying to enable the code reading, but it's not there because there's no antenna. And that's why we're setting the fault. Because if we enter here, you see, we have communication. Nothing wrong with this little box in here. So we got read data stream. You see, we can ignition switch, key switch. Okay, permit start. That's what we are looking for. Response, master key, immobilizer, antenna coil status. I think that should be good. I mean, we don't have it in here, so, but this is also good to see if this box has an error, software is damaged because it was shorted or some, but antenna coil status failed. Number one, pass. There is no antenna connected. So that module is reading properly the signals. The key switch is on. Yes, it is. And let me just disconnect this one. You see, now it says off. That is this number 3. I'm going to put it now, like actually, yeah, I can put it into the ground hole here. It's hard to do with one hand. I don't want to move too much of those wires, but I had it and you see it's now and on. Test 2, pass. It's a key in the, it's unregistered. There is no key. Test 3, pass. I don't see nothing. Permitted start, no good. Response, okay from the module. So far, these two, nothing wrong with it. So I'm going to have to wait for, again, the immobilizer amplifier. Let me just show you a picture because I ordered one, like I said. Let me see if I can get it on the screen and I'll show you how that looks. I mean, it's a key ignition switch, but you will see it in a second. That is the key amplifier. So as you can see here, amplifier immobilizer. This is just an antenna that will receive. It will get excited as we just read on the description, and it will send the signals over to for the computer to start over to that little box in the computer to talk each other. Yes, we got the correct key. We can start. And this is what I'm waiting for. Either it will be here next week or he will have to bring it and then we can finalize the test and see if we get injectors and coils and that's it. I mean, I don't know what else to check in here because they are telling me that we have a no crank, no start. So I'm going to talk to Jack again and make sure that all the information I'm giving you guys is correct. But I think that we're in the right path. And like I said, I don't see anything wrong in here. We got communication with both modules. Um, It looks like a bad diagnosed by somebody, and they were trying to make this person sell the vehicle, junk it. That's not fair. That's not fair. I'm always very careful with the money from everybody because for me, dollars mean seconds of your life that you transfer for a dollar. It means a lot to me. I don't take it for granted. I actually do my homework, as you can see, to make sure that when I give you a recommendation, is because I did the full test. I don't try to cut corners. And sometimes people don't understand when they go over to the shop. It's like, what do I have to pay for diagnosis? They are being burned and they think that it's just a code reading. No, no, we don't do that. We do this exactly what you're seeing in here. I take my time to really test the components 100% and then tell you a full report of the results. Is it good? Is it no good? And need a repair or it does not need repair? All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Wait for part three. And again, if you see that I missed something in here and you want to give me some recommendations, put them in the comments. I really love to read your comments of all you. I really appreciate of you guys subscribing to the channel, and I hope that you like my content. If you do, make sure that you ring that bell like that and subscribe. Make sure that you tell your friends. Growing the channel is very a lot of fun for me. It makes me really happy. See you next time. Bye bye.